As for the circular element we have, if we select it and go to the RC data, we'll find that the 50, or the cover shown here, is the cover that surrounds the entire circular element. So if it's set to 0, we'll see that the rebar is in direct contact with the concrete. And we had seen the flip option in the special data. This allows the cover to be either on the inside or the outside. Currently the cover is on the inside, so you will find that when we enter a cover, for example with 50, the rebar moves inward. If I use the flip option, we'll see that the cover starts to move to the outside. Return to default, then have start and end offsets. Well, they're supposed to automatically calculate themselves based on the relationship between the diameter, which is the thickness of the bar, and the bending diameter of the stirrup, which is the measurement around which the bar is bent. So now I have hooks, which are the curved ends of the stirrup that help secure it in place. For example, if I set the bending diameter rule to custom instead of the standard Egyptian, and I set my value to 100, you'll notice that the start offset and end offset, which are the distances from the ends of the stirrup to where the hook begins and ends, automatically adjust themselves according to the change in the bending diameter value. Or if I change rebar diameter, for example, and say make it 20, we'll also find that the value, it calculated itself or updated itself automatically, which means it always stayed compatible according to the rules defined in the code, making sure everything worked as intended. So what are start offset and end offset? These are values that determine where an element starts and where it ends. If we set both of them to 0 right now, you'll notice that my circular element has now ended, meaning it no longer continues or repeats, and its range is now reduced to nothing. For example, exactly at this line, so we need a certain overlap length between the start and end of the rebar in order to create our overlap, which is essential for structural integrity. Therefore, when we entered this value as 0, we got the result you see in front of you as expected. Also, if we set our hook value to 0 as well, the outcome would be similar. If there's no hook, you'll see that it just creates a plain round rebar. Yeah, meaning it's a proper bend without any overlap happening. So the bar is just touching face to face or face to the end. But of course, if we're adding hooks, we need to enter the value of bending diameter carefully so that we get the lap length we saw at the beginning, just as before.